Welcome, sports bettors, BetRepublic Daily Line. Today we're going to talk another 2 Super Bowl props for you. I've got one that I purchased myself. Jarvis, start us off. You got a prop for us to talk about?
Yeah, we've seen the line come down to this game. Colts are laying 4.5 down. A lot of hype building into this game. We've been doing the props at Daily Line here, just kind of seeing if we can find some value or set up some plays. One of the ones we're going to look at today is a popular one this week with the Colts because of their famous 2-minute drill. The prop is, will there be a score by either team in the last 2 minutes of the first half? You think about these teams in the final 2 minutes. What we've been doing with a lot of these props is going back over the past 10 years and seeing if the punishment fits the crime, let's say. Seeing if the odds you got to lay, the juice you got to lay fits the prime. Going back over the last 10 years, we checked it out here. Going back to St. Louis, Tennessee years ago, we saw, yes. We saw 5 in a row when we started this year, 6 or 7 in a row. It was 8 yeses and 2 no's in the past 10 years. That's 80%. You do have to lay 300 on this, but like we mentioned already, the Indianapolis Colts, Sonny, have got a really good offense, and their 2-minute drill is famous.
Well, and New Orleans is the #1 offense, so we really got two good offenses on both sides of the ball. And it happened, what'd you say, 8 out of the 10 year? You did a 10-year look back.
Exactly.
Happened 8 of the 10 years. It was a yes, there will be. You would bet yes, there will be a score in the final 2 minutes. And of the 8, do you have a touchdown and field goal ratio?
Yeah,
most people would think field goal.
You think you'd need a field goal here, but if you're looking back over the last few years, you're seeing a lot of touchdowns here. We had last year Arizona Pittsburgh. There was a touchdown. That's the most famous play in Super Bowl history, I think, with James Harrison catching it in the end zone and running it back 100 yards with 18 seconds left in the game. You also had a no the year before. That was a Giants and New England. Brady was sacked, fumbled on the last drive. It killed their 2-minute offense. Mm-hmm. The year before that, there was also a no, and that involved the Indianapolis Colts. So that means something here. But you look at what happened on the drive. You go back, you saw a fumble with 4 minutes left midfield, another fumble with 1:26 left, and then once the Colts got the ball back, Adam Vinatieri missed a 36-yard field goal in the final seconds here. So that killed the yes prop. You must have been watching that game going, okay, Vinatieri's got to hit a 36-yarder, and I hit there.
So 8 of the last 10 years it has happened.
Yes.
The 2 years that it didn't, we had a missed field goal.
Yep.
And the other year that it didn't happen, we had a fumble in the 2-minute offense that took them out of it, which means the 80% of the times it happened, but the likelihood of it happening, there is an opportunity for it to happen in all 10 games.
Yeah, you don't expect a 36-yard field goal miss. You don't expect Tom Brady to have a fumble, but he was sacked, he got rocked.
Your price on this is yes is minus 300.
That's right.
Okay. Let's just use it. It happened 8. Throughout the 2 that it almost happened, it happened 8 times. 8 out of 10, basic math, 80% of the times. If something's happening 80% of the time, that translates, actual odds would be about minus 400. So when you look at the minus 300, you think, well, I've got to lay 3 to 1 on this prop. I'm not going to lay 3 to 1. But it's not the kind of prop that someone who's going to invest a little bit would be adverse to laying, even though it's 3 to 1, because you're actually playing 3 to 1 on a prop that should be priced at 4 to 1.
Right, and you look back at the payback, which is plus 220, and how does that translate?
Plus 220 is not good. And finishing on the 400, you're laying 300 on something that should be priced 400 based on it happening 8 of the last 10. But also 2 other factors. The 2 years that it didn't happen, you were in line to do it. And you got 2 good offenses. So if you're looking to a score, you don't want one of the 2 teams to be someone like, the Bears the year with Grossman, the years that they played Indy.
Right.
So minus 3 is a very fair price. On the takeback that you just mentioned, though, all right, so it happens 8 out of 10. That means it doesn't happen 2 out of 10. So 20% of the times over the last 10 years it hasn't happened. 20% should translate to odds of plus 400, 4 to 1 on your dollar. But what are you getting?
You're getting 220.
220. So the takeback on that isn't even close to the true odds. So that's a lousy takeback. Betting the no in this situation, you don't want to lay the $3, that's fine. But I wouldn't suggest betting the no because A, you're not getting odds anywhere near the true odds should be. And 2, 80% of the times it happens, and the 2 it didn't.
So the value here is on the yes at 300, but again, point this out. If you're only going to make 4 or 5 props and you're going to lay this one, remember, if it loses, it throws your whole balance out of whack.
Okay, let's go on to our second prop now. This is a prop that I bought myself yesterday, and I like it a lot. This is Peyton Manning over, under, longest completion, 39. As soon as I saw that number 39, I said, looks a little bit low to me, though I haven't done the math, though I have made props in Vegas for years. I didn't do the math on this one. Well, I took some time and did it. I put up a chart, and this will be at BetRepublic tomorrow, probably in the Super Bowl preview show. But I put together a chart. We got the Saints on the left hand, you got the Colts on the right hand. On the left-hand side, week by week, week 1 all the way through the playoffs, how many times have the Saints given up a pass of over 39 or over? On the Colts side, how many times has Manning completed a pass of 39 or over? On the Colts side, 7 out of 18 games. And real quick, 39-80. Wait, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to make sure I had that right. 7 of 18, but toss out week 16 and 17. Week 17, he didn't play against Buffalo. Week 16
he was
they
taking
were
on
playing
the
the
third
Jets,
quarter.
who they knew they were probably going to, there's a good chance they were going to see them again, and they did. He was only played the first half, and they played a very low-key offense, too. They weren't really going for it. So, technically, 7 out of 16 and a half times, if you count just a half for week 16 versus the Jets. Go over to the Saints time. How many times did the Saints defense give up a pass of 39 or more? Well, 10 out of their 18 games, including the 2 playoffs. And 3 games, there were multiple passes. We saw how their defense got shredded. Favre put up almost 500 yards with Minnesota. So, when I look at the total number of times the defense has given up, and I look at Manning, it says to me I like this play. But I'll tell you what really sold me on it. When I went to see the Colts in the Super Bowl against the Bears, obviously the Bears weren't there because of Rex Grossman and that offense.
Early plays, right?
They were there because of the defense. What did Manning do on his first possession? He threw a bomb. Why did he do it? Because, A, if it connected, he's going to put up 7, but that's not the real reason. The root of it is you want to stretch the defense, and you want to do this early. You want to keep them from cheating. You want to keep them from cheating up on the line and looking forward. So, twice in his first 2 possessions, Manning had passes. One was incomplete, but one was completed. I think they're going to do the same thing. They're going to want to keep these guys.
You got the over 39.
I think they're going to want to keep these guys honest, and we've got the over 39.
I like it.
That's it. We'll see you guys over at BetRepublic.com for the Super Bowl show.